So today we are going to have 9 presentations from train operating companies across Asia, of course Indonesia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Malaysia, as well as our long-standing partners, Progress Rail or EMD, and also RTRI. The session will be divided into 2 sessions. We are going to have the first 5 presentations until 3:30, and each presentation will have 15 minutes. So we can start.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your coming in technical working group. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Azahari. I am Managing Director of Rolling Stock, Indonesian Railway. And my colleague, please introduce himself.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Muhammad Asri Yusof. I am the General Manager for Electrification System, KTM Berhad, Malaysian Railway.
Today, we are going to listen to presentation from the participant as follow. RTRI, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malay, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. The total time 180 minutes for all participants. And each participant have time 20 minutes, include with question and answer. Okay. We can start now. Please welcome from RTRI, the first presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Vice Chairman. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hiroshi Tanaka. I'm from Railway Technical Research Institute, which is the former Railway Research Center of former Japanese National Railways. And now I'm working on international standards in the railway field. And I'm going to introduce a recent situation of international standards development. And recent years, international standards are getting more and more important, even in railway field. And I'm going to explain a little bit about why. And and also I'm very much happy to make the first presentation in a technical group today, because this is not, my presentation is not directly technical things. However, this will be concerned with maintenance works and also rehabilitation works and future plans. So this is very much important thing we think. So that's why in Japan we are working together, all together with industries and the railway operators, of course, the governments. So well, how can I go to the next one? Like this. Okay. So I start with the very much basic thing. Where do they make international standards? And there are mainly 3 international standards, standardization bodies. One is ISO. ISO covers most of the technical fields except electric field. So electricity and the electrotechnical things are treated in IEC organization. and well, a little bit narrower, but telecommunications are treated in ITU. And to talk about international standards or standardization activities, we have to know about European movement too. And in Europe, there are many countries, you know, and they also have 3 standardization bodies in Europe. One is CEN. CEN covers the same area of ISO. And CENELEC covers the same area of IEC. And ETSI covers telecommunication area. So this is the standardization bodies in Europe to make European standards, regional standards, called EN, European norms. And well, this is the structure of the relationship, relations between ISO and international bodies and European standardization bodies. And well, on the top, international standardization bodies. Now I talk on IEC, mainly IEC and ISO standards. And well, this is the structure, and here, this is there are European standardization bodies, and IEC and CENELEC and ISO and CEN, they have a cooperation agreement. And once EN standard is made, those standards can be transferred to international standards easily, effectively, and well, efficiently. So this is the structure until 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And recently, there is another movement that is International Union of Railways. Headquarters is in Paris. You know the name UIC, maybe everybody knows. And UIC has been developing their own standard that is called leaflets, and they've already made more than 700 leaflets, and now they are contacting with IEC and ISO international standardization bodies directly to cooperate with. This is a very much recent movement. And another movement is UNIFE. UNIFE is the union of European industries, railway industries, and that is a very much big industry union, and they have their own standard called IRIS. That is the quality management system, and now they are working on. UNIFE has intention to make their IRIS their own quality management standards to be international standard. And another movement is ERA. ERA is European Railway Authority. That is European governmental organization. They made basic regulation on technical specification, which is called TSI, Technical Specifications for Interoperability. So this is those are new movement around standardization bodies, and so standardization activities are getting more and more active. However, in other words, a little bit complicated. Well, this is another important thing. Why international standards are becoming more important? For example, Japan here, and Japan, we are surrounded by sea. No rail is connected to other countries. So we have our own standards, and well, we should keep our standard. We can keep our standard. And your countries are far from Europe, but why we have to care about the international standard? In fact, in the year 1995, WTO, World Trade Organization, was launched, established, and in the agreement of WTO, it is called TBT agreement, Agreement on Technical Barriers to Trade. In that agreement, we have to use international standards. We have to make trade, buy and sell, not only goods but only services based on international standards. That's why, well, because of this trigger, we have to take care of international standards. And if our standards, national standards, are different from international standards, what happens? Well, there are two things mainly. One is railway operation. That means operators, railway operators side. Well, if the conventional specification and the new international standard are different, well, there is fear of losing compatibility between new and old devices. That means sometimes you have to develop the interface, and that means cost rise. And of course, by using the new specification in your conventional system, total reliability might be lost. And in railway industry, if they have two standards, for example, if they produce national products and the international products, and they are using different specification, they need different lines. That means cost up, and where they lose competition. So those are the problems. And next, I also would like to explain a little bit about the structure, how they make international standards. This is the example of IEC area. IEC and ISO, they are using almost the same structure. So I explain a little bit about IEC. And IEC, they treat electric things, but even in electric field, there are many technical fields like lights, lighting, and audio visual, and motors, and so many. So there are many technical fields. So, so for each technical field, they have technical committee called TC, and they develop the standards in that field. And fortunately, in IEC area, in IEC activities, there is one technical committee called TC9, which is for electrical equipment and systems for railways. So there is a technical committee only for railway activities. That means if you, there are many TCs, almost 100 TCs. However, in IEC area, if you join this activity, or if you follow this activity, you can know what was done in railway area, and also what is going on and what will be happening. So you can know everything about the railway activity, standardization activities in this TC. And also, if you want to make or propose a new standard, you can contact. Contact point is here. So it is easier and efficient to join the activity. And this is the structure of IEC TC9 railway area. The chairman, there is a chairman, Italy, and the secretary is France. And the important thing is members. There are P member and O members. And well, P member, I talk about P members. P members are responsible for voting and active actions. So there are 28 P members, but when the voting is done, well, important voting is done by the approval of 2/3, more than 2/3 of approval.
However, the look at the structure of the membership, the European countries are 18 already. So for us, it is very much difficult by voting. So this is one thing we have to keep in mind. And well, on the other hand, I see ISO activity. In fact, ISO covers very much wide area, so they have more technical committees. Now technical committee number is more than 300. Of course, some were already finished, so 250 or like that. So many technical committees. However, unfortunately, in ISO area, there was not any technical committee for railway. That means before, for example, rail, wheel, those materials were treated in steel committee, and noise was treated in acoustic, and even sleepers, if it's made of plastic, that was treated in plastic committee. That was very much complicated and well separately discussed, so it is not so easy to overview all the activities on railway standard issues. So what happened next? Recently, in the year 2012, Germany and France jointly requested to establish a new TC, and that was approved. And in the year 2012, 4 years ago, 4 years, right? 4 years ago, new TC number 269, a little bit big. That means late establishment, and this one is now specially made for railway applications. So from now on, just like it looks like IEC structures, well, or standardization activity for railways is activated and well accelerated in the near future. And this is the structure. Well, never mind. This is also almost the same as IEC situation. And well, this year, finally, they also made the subcommittees under the main committee. There are 3 subcommittees were established. One for infrastructure, one for rolling stock, and one for operations and services. And those structure were established this year finally. However, already there are many things started, ongoing discussion. So this is the situation now, and well, of course, the items will be increasing, and then almost the final stage. Then I was talking about the international standards and how they make international standards, but how many standards are there now for railway field? This is the distribution, and pink side, this is electric field, and this is mechanical and material field. And well, look at this pink color. There are 165 standards already published in Europe. That is EN standard for electric field. And IEC, more than 100 have been already published. But considering the history of making previous standards, most of standards were originated by EN standard. That means almost 2/3 of European standard have been already transferred to IEC international standard. But look at
It's the time.
Time.
Oh,
1 minute.
already. Okay.
1 minute more.
So look at the ISO side. There are not so many, but the structure is now made so that this activity transferring EN standard to international standard will be accelerated. Well, this is how we work in Japan. Well, the center is our institute working with 135 members in Japan. Hitachi, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, and the Rolling Stock Company and operators, and also with the government, Ministry of Economy and the Ministry of Transport. We are working together. And finally, I would like to highlight only 3 things. One is we have to know international standards, and we use and apply international standards from now on. And also for that, we have to bring up experts. So this is very much important, and of course, based on this acts, we would like to make a new structure to cooperate within Asian countries. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Tanaka. So we open the question and answer from the audience for 5 minutes.
Any question, please? Nothing?
I'll be joining all through this conference. You can talk with me anytime you want.
Thank you. Call the next presenter.
Yeah. Okay.
So for the next presenter, second presenter is from Cambodia, Mr. Churung Soktara. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Vice Chairman. Something changed from Cambodian delegate. Mr. Sotarot, he's not come. Now, firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Rai Rom. Is Deputy Chief of Procurement Office. And now I'm responsible for the presentation. Yes, it is my great pleasure to be here and to present on the current situation of railway rehabilitation project in Cambodia. Actually, my presentation is not related too much on the technical, but I want to share some situation in Cambodia during the rehabilitation the project in Cambodia. Okay. And the first slide, I want to show the content of the presentation. The first is history of railway construction in Cambodia, and second is a railway rehabilitation project under financing by ADB loan, and the third railway rehabilitation and maintenance project under national budget chapter 21st, and the fourth railway relocation map, and the fifth is our conclusion. And now this is the history of Cambodia railway, and actually in Cambodia we have 2 lines and was contracted during the Second World War. It means the first one is Northern Line. We have length 386 kilometers from Phnom Penh to Poi Pat, and was contracted from 1929 to 1942. It is during the Second Civil War, and it is now it was using the steel sleeper and use P30 of the rail support, and for the axle load it support of 18 tons for axle load. And the second is southern line. We have 264 kilometers from Phnom Penh to Sihanouk. And also we use the single track meter gauge 1 meter, and were constructed from 1960 and finished 1969, and also was using the wooden slipper and use PK4 T3 of rail support for 20-ton axle load. And this is the project that we got the finance from the ADB. Yes, of course, in 2008, the government and the ADB have agreement to rehabilitate on the railway of Cambodia. Totally 650 kilometers for the rehabilitation in the rail of Cambodia, and also we have the TSO is the TSO and Narat from Thailand is the contractor, was the contractor of that project, and Nippon Koei is was a consultant for that project as well. This is the situation that we didn't rehabilitate, and this is the ceremony to open the construction. Yes, well, that finance that we got from the ADB and also from the partner of Asian, especially Malaysia, that provide us some budget for the construction. It's like $2.8 million, and the totally of the construction we spent $141.6 million. And this is the northern line that was contracted by TSO, and we use the finance from ADB as well. This line was completed 2013, and we can that rail it can be supported 50 kilometers per hour and also 20-ton axle load, and are using concrete slipper, and we change from the steel slipper that we contract before, and also we're still using the single track meter 1 meter, and this is the container yard that it is near the Sihanouk wheel, and it can be store 646 TEU. And for the northern line is we have some part of the northern line that can be was contracted, but some of the northern line still it's still poor condition. This is that I don't want to read and too much, because you can see this. This is the condition of during the construction, and poor condition still have yet. And we just announced we have 48 kilometer missing link from Sisapon to Poipat, but this section is contracting by the national budget. I will show you later this one. And also we know already we have the connection between Asian member. This is the bridge, the steel bridge. This is important for Cambodian and Thailand, because this is the connection between Cambodian and Thailand, and this is the old connection. And this is the new connection that we was completed 2015. Yes, and also we have the connecting ceremony between Thailand and Cambodia, and yeah, this is the activity. And now we look at through the national budget that we got from the government. The government provides us some budget for the reconstruction. They provide us 20 million US dollar per year. It means in 2015 and 2016 we got 40 million US dollar. And this is the main section length in the northern line, 321 kilometer, include the section from 0.0 to 9.4, and from 32 to 23 plus 25. And this section will be strengthened next year by the Chinese company. And this is the section that the section we have 5 sections for reconstructing under national budgets, chapter 21st. This is the section that we now that section still that section is still contracting, it's still in process. Yeah. But we will try to complete some section at end of this year, and another section will be complete early 2017. This is that I told you, the national budget that we got from the government, 20 million US dollar per year. And this is the section, the section that we got. Now we are contracting. The contracting by local company and some by overseas company. This section will be complete end of 2016, and this section will be January will be complete 2017. But for this, I think we announced the government pushed us to finish before 2017, but it still be in process. Yes, this is the section that still poor condition and under construction. Yeah, same condition. And this is the map that we will develop. But this is the 2 lines that we already have. From northern line from Phnom Penh to Sihanoukville, work completed, and that line from northern line from Phnom Penh to Poi Pat. And this one we have still poor condition here from Phnom Penh to Bon Thien Minh Chai, we still poor condition. And this one we already reconstruction, but still in process. And the deadline, this line we have still in the plan from Badang to Ho Chi Minh. Yes, still in the plan. Yes. If we look at to the wagon, we have 2 wagon tie, the wagon, the passenger wagon and the freight wagon. But you look, please look to the passenger wagon. It is served from Friday to Sunday. It means 3 days a week that we serve for the passenger train. Yes, this is actually we just start the passenger train in April this year. Yes, and this photo is the freight and the diesel tanks, and now it's running every day in the process every day. Yes, now we can I can conclude for that thing for that my presentation. And the whole southern line was completed by ADB loan in 2013, including the railway terminal yard at the Sieno port. And the second is the rehabilitation of the railway section from Poipat to Battambang town is using national budget 2015 and 2016. And the third, the royal government of Cambodia will commit to complete the whole northern line at the end of 2017. And the remaining railway section of northern line has been planned to use the national budget of 2015, 2016, and 2017, as well as the fund from the development partner. And the fifth, the Cambodian railway was connected to Thai railway at the railway border bridge on 19 September 2016 under presiding by the Senior Minister of Public Work and Transport. And the sixth, railway station at the Poipat Sispon, Mongkol Borai are planning to request to the fund from Thailand. I hope the friend from Thai will consider on this, and I got from fund to recontract some part of the railway of Cambodia. Yes, okay. Thank you for attention. For attention. My presentation is now finished.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any question from the audience?
Thank you. Mark Flint from Progress Rail. Just a very quick question. You spoke eloquently about the new railways. Is your intention to buy new rolling stock?
Rolling stock.
Please.
Okay. I will let my part,
Yes.
my team,
Please.
because he involved in the rolling stock. Okay. He will answer you.
Okay, sure. Nice.
In response to your question, the government, the royal government of Cambodia already privatize the railway operation to the private sector, and the private sector has a plan to buy the new locomotive and the rolling stock, but I'm not sure when they will buy. Okay.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Ms. from Cambodia. For the next presenter, I would like to call upon Mr. Yosef Ibrahim from Indonesian Railway. Please welcome on the stage.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joseph Ibrahim, as a Corporate Deputy Director of Development. Allow me the special moment. I will sharing and to inform experience to progress and development Indonesian Railway. We have a list of a strategic list of project strategic is 10 project still on progress. Is number one is Soekarno-Hatta Airport, a brief serial, and then Palembang rail transit, LRT Palembang, and Greater Jakarta like rail transit, Adi Sumarmo Airport Railway, and Kulon Progo Airport Railway, Minangkabau Airport Railway, Surabaya Tramway reactivation, and reorganization of Bandung Central Station, and then Tugu Station mixed development, and Jakarta Bandung high speed rail. Okay, I plan step by step, one by one. Let's see key figure this schedule and to finance. Like example, number one is Soekarno-Hatta International Airport start beginning to 2018 and due operation to 2017, and it's correct in incorrect in LRT Palembang, no HSR, and then and number 3 in LRT. Yeah, it's correct, Mr. Alan. Yeah. And then the DKI investment estimate reach more than 10 trillion Indonesian rupiah ideal. Number one in Soekarno-Hatta Rail is a project important in state mandate from government. Project investment is made approximately 2.2 trillion. Project finance for equity or loan, project scope, project construction. We look at the picture plan Soekarno-Hatta International Airport start from Manggarai Station, and Sudirman, and Tanah Abang, Duri, Batu Ceper, and last to Bandara Suta. Is new double track is 11 kilometer. This is the problem. Full detail design where cost of schedule overrun, and current status partial construction and land taking completion. Number two, LRT Palembang is project important in state mandate, and then project investment 50 million to be advised, and project finance lease or loan. Project scope procurement of rolling stock and operation and maintenance. Project description: Palembang will host Asian Game in August 2018. In order to support the F1, central government appointed PT Waskita Karya to construct the infrastructure for like rapid transit, and PT KAI is appointed to operate and maintain the whole system. It is due is quarter 3 2018. Current status international tender start is over. We plan into 37 min journey time in 15 headway, and tariff a ticket or 5,000 EDR per trip. Is totaling the track in total 25 kilometer connecting to airport to main stadium Jakabaring, and to Bandara International Sultan Mahmud Baharudin in Palembang, South Sumatra. And then LRT Jabodebek, the same as project important state mandate. Project investment maybe approximately 100 million to be advised. And project description, Jakarta will host Asian Game in August 2018 in order to support to the event. Central government appointed to Adikarya and delegate governor of DKI Jakarta to infrastructure to light rail transit, and the operator of LRT will be selected based on international bidding process. This is one pass, the rail line which connected Bekasi Timur and Cibubur to Central Business District DKI Jakarta through Cawang Central Hub. Is government appointed PT Adikarya as the contractor. PT KAI was appointed to undertake train acquisition and operate and maintenance. Current status PT KAI to begin rolling stock procurement as well as scoring budget. And then Bias Railway, Bias Bandara International Adi Sumarmo Railway. Adi Sumarmo Airport, one of gateway to Central Java province, which is located between Yogyakarta and Semarang City. The single track will be constructed adjacent to toll road right of way operate target in 2018. Project scope is design, build, operate, and transfer. Project will be financed by joint venture PT KAI, PT Adikarya, and PT Angkasa Pura I. Current status joint feasibility study, and then plan to track. And then new Yogyakarta International Airport Railway project, important tripartite cooperation, government and Angkasa Pura I and PT KAI. Project investment 15 million to be advised. Project finance to equity, lease, and loan. Project description, Yogyakarta will move to airport to Kulon Progo district, maybe 20 km away from the inner Yogyakarta, enabling them to run more services and domestic and international, and serving large aircraft. The master plan, new airport incorporate the railing as transport made to and from the central station. And then the Angkasa Pura I transport operator will store existing Adi Sucipto Airport to Jakarta military and security purpose. And current status basic design, basic engineering design, and feasibility study. Project company joint venture PT Angkasa Pura I, PT KAI, and Adikarya. And then Bandara Internasional Minangkabau, Bandara Internasional Kabau Rail project, important tripartite cooperation, government, Angkasa Pura II, yeah, and PT KAI. Project investment approximately 15 million to be advised. Project scope, procurement of rolling stock and operated and maintenance. Project description, Minangkabau International Airport is the main airport in West Sumatra province, serving people to and from Padang Pariaman, Lubuk Linggau, and other major district. Corporate objective PT KAI to operate Minangkabau Airport railing. Due in quarter 4 2017. Current status PT KAI has awarded PT Inka to supply rolling stock for this project. DGL undertakes track upgrading. Tram Surabaya is state mandate scope project in land clearing and procurement of rolling stock and operate and maintenance. Current status awaiting mandate from central government. And then Bandung Central Station, we talk to TOD transport transit of origin development. To current status, PT KAI is engaged with developer and feasibility study to finish in 2017. In Tugu Station in Yogyakarta, construction of Skybridge to beginning in 1917. Streets Sehop replacement has been in negotiation. Decorate so entrance as Grand Central Station complete in 2017. Is high speed rail. High-speed rail is project important state mandate project investment 2.7 trillion due quarter 3 2019 maybe. Current status and land preparation and final close. Indonesian large investment offering rail business sector of about 5.3 billion. Project objective economic regulation through exchange accessibility corridor. And then the plan. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything question?
Thank you very much for your presentation. My question related to the high-speed rail. And you mentioned that you will prepare the land acquisition and the track. And how to do the land acquisition in the new project like this?
Okay. High-speed rail project project company government government appointed for CEO PT Jasa Marga toll road and PT Perkebunan 8 plantation and PT KAI and PT Waskita Karya to cooperate to China's consortium in building high-speed rail line between Jakarta Bandung. The show is established PT SBI to together with China's consortium established PT KCEC project company. This is large foreign investment to railway sector in the total project cost, and project company PT KAI joint venture between consortium led by China Railway and Indonesian consortium led PT KAI, and the current status land preparation and final close, and PT KAI include PTSB and PT KCC. You know?
In Cambodia, there are a lot of problems related to the land acquisition, especially the affected people. I would like to know how to deal with the local authority and the affected people to pay, I think, to provide the payment, I think.
Okay, Mr. Alan, can you answer?
Okay, actually the idea of to minimize the impact of land acquisition is to get Jasa Marga, the toll road operator, into the consortium, right? Because the railway line runs along the toll roads, so it is approximately 60% of the land required belong to the toll road. So the rest of 40% of the land, which is about 350 hectares, will be procured. But one thing, we've got another member from plantation company, PT Perkebunan Nusantara 8, which has a huge amount of land in the Walini. So actually, yeah, there is still a challenge to finish the land acquisition, but we will do it by following the regulation that has been set by our government. So it is pretty much like we, as the project company, together with the government, make like inventories, announcement to the people that will have that need to be moved. Yeah, I think that's the only strategy that we have to follow.
Thank you, Mr. Yosep. Okay, our next presenter is Engineer Khalil Manaf from KTM Berhad, Malaysian Railway, General Manager Fleet and Maintenance and Engineering. Please welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Vice Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So before I proceed my presentation, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Khalil bin Manaf. I'm responsible for the maintenance and engineering for rolling stock KTMB Malaysia Railway. So today I have to share with you about capability in engineering and maintenance, repair and overhaul for rolling stock. So before we proceed, I'd like to share with you for the today's presentation about the objective overview for the railway KTMB Malaysia, and then experience for the MRO, and current and future plan for the maintenance, excellent infra for the maintenance, experience to achieve for the re-engineering, and conclusions. So for the objective for this presentation, I'd like to describe on the KTMB in-house experience and then capability in the re-engineering, maintenance, repair, and overhaul for the rolling stock. Capitalizing KTMB expertise and capability in the rolling stock maintenance for the commercial purpose. So overview for the KTMB, we have a total 3,000 kilometers with a gauge 1 meter, and then we have a 2 portion for the double track and a single track. If you look over there here, there's a double track and there's a single track. We have about 5 sections from the north to south, and total with 761 kilometers. And then we have single track 897 from over there and to Johor Bahru. This is our depot quantity. That means we carry out the maintenance. For non-electric train, means that loco, coach, and wagon, we have a 6 depot, and then for electric train, we have a 3, and then we have a big workshop 1, and total we have a 10. So the purpose of this engineering actually service engineering services and major maintenance for rolling stock to the strategy business unit. The total manpower, we have total 150. So a little bit from the last slide, there's a 10 depot we have. If you look over there, it is one for mixed electrical and non-electrical depot we have over there, and also, and that's a big center workshop to do the major, and the rest is for the minor or light maintenance. So of course, in the maintenance, we cover for the management and support and the training. So the maintenance activity, we have a preventive maintenance, and then we have a corrective maintenance, a bogie inspection, and an overhaul. So for the reliability, we try to produce the quality rolling stock to provide and ensure with the preventive maintenance management practice. And then we carry out the base of the monitoring computerization, we call it CMMS, to determine wear and tear to more uniform for our major component and the sub-component. And then we concentrate to analysis from the data failure or in failure service to manage the improvement. So of course we try to reduce the maintenance downtime, and then we implement on the preparation for the spare part to submit a timely manner based on the budgeting yearly. And then we identify the problem and then modify, and then we purchase a new component to install, and then all the component and spare part to passing through the quality inspection before we release to the operation. Yeah, to maintain the lifetime, we look at on the 3 areas. So we have a planning, we have a light maintenance and a heavy maintenance and re-engineering. So on top of that, also we look on the quality and then maintenance strategy, and then training and competency, and then maintenance execution. So if you look on this slide, so of course the quality we cover for the reliability and safety and comfort. And then you look on the maintenance, we have a technical management and a QC and the warranty, the management. And for the training and competency, we look on the OEM technology, and then we in-house training. So OEM technology, we join with the OEM supplier to educate and to improve our competency. And then of course the last as maintenance execution, we manage the depot management to looks like cleanings and a business process, and then of course maintenance staff for disciplinary. And then on top of that, if we will not manage the material supply management, means that the supplier, the supply of the spare part, we cannot make it all the life cycle maintenance. For the safety and performance, we look at on the we identify the area which one looks like a risk for us, and then we analysis the accident, and then we conduct the inquiry for the to avoid it happen or come out for the improvement. And then we have a documentation here, and we inspect, we issue the guideline to the staff, and then the training the staff, and then we conduct internal audit for the maintenance and the staff competency. So of course performance, we assess and monitor the healthy status and condition monitoring, and we analysis the data. Also we have a action taken, we investigation, and then we schedule the corrective and reliability measurement. So the output, we looking on the availability, we look on the reduced downtime more effectively for the maintenance, and we try to reduce the repeated failure. For the component repair, we look on the condition-based monitoring. So for the component repair, we look on the benefits for the preventive maintenance of a requirement schedule, and we direct communication with the staff, and then we are OEM, and ready in time means that we prepare the floatings, and then of course we look on the cost saving. The implementation, the queue for the component repair, we look on the triangle here, and then we monitor the master plan and update the floating spare, and then of course the MIMAX requirement for the floating, and then we prepare the kit or service kits in time. So on the towards the maintenance focus, we look on the availability and reliability. So we have a 5 strategy to improve the maintenance. On the plan for the MRO, we concentrate on the maintenance. We concentrate on the maintenance by forming the subsidiary company of KTMB to carry out the MRO, and then maintenance concept is tailored to the operation requirements to make a better service. And then we optimize the procurement process, mean that we have to look on the how to shorten the procurement, and then we look on the long-term care for the spare part, and short time for the maintenance, and higher fleet availability. So on the our strategy, we look on the three portion here. Implementation of the organization, we look on the three area here. If you look here, implementation of engineering organization, and we expand the existing maintenance, and we develop the localization. So item number 2, we look on the three angle here: component, assembly, and system. So the components, we look on all the obsolete component. We looking for the another modification or new component, and then we schedule for the service. For example, 6 years, we more put on the 3 years, and of course the healthy check we maintains. And then for the assembly, we look on the major component such as a bogie overhaul, and then we look on the unit exchange process. And then for the system, more for the management, something like more work standardization, engineering project, and then minor or major modification. So on top of we looking on the innovation. So the maintenance system solution is a good for the maintenance. So a little bit we sharing with you how we organize the re-engineering. This EMU is 1991. 1991. Though the system is from Austria, so a lot of components here are obsolete. So we come up with a re-engineering. We tie up with the company, Wuji Industry, through the local company. We manage exchange the APSU with a module type. So the progress now is under design, manufacture, and prototype. Because we just try one, so we want to move for another 4 EMU. So we develop the engineering process. We look on the 5 category. For first, we analysis the failure. So we look on the class 81 right now. A lot of failure for the APSU. So we form the working group to make decision how we want to make the sustain, or we want to put on the ability. So we re-engineering discussion is made by Wujin, and then we put on the detailed design, and then we implement the process. So that is the photo PSU under body, and that is happen in Korea. So the status of the project for the class 81, we manage 1, so we will continue another 4. So the outcome of the project, the best of this project, we develop the local company in Malaysia for the produce proposal system. So we're able to repair process electronic system in-house through the local expertise. So once we develop the APSU, by collaborate with Eugene, with the local company, we can have an in-house or local in Malaysia, not depend for the send the component once the failure to overseas. So of course that one is a technology transfer to KTMB, because we involve in design, manufacture, and the test in the stage 1 on the beginning. And then we also collaborate with Corel to focusing for the maintenance equipment in our academy. And then yeah, just now I say on the Myra to educate in the Corel to make a module for the rail technology course. So now I end of my conclusion. So what I present to you. I would like to share with you. This KTMB has put a lot of effort to improve of the rolling stock to perform via the engineering and the MRO program to clearly a success story. So through that, we extend the experience to collaborate with the OEM and the local vendor. KTMB has a capacity to offer the MRO service to all Asian Railway. So item number 2, we look forward to the explore further to collaborate with a smart partner between KTMB and all Asian Railway for the re-engineering and MRO, because we have a workshop in area center of the Malaysia and have capacity and facilities. So before I end my presentation, I think like we share with our activity over there. So that is facilities we have. So there's an aircon laboratory for the electronic repair. So we have a big store over there, and then we have a testing for the pneumatic. There's an overview for our depot. There's an electric depot inside the depot for the inspection line. And then there is for the locomotive testing in-house repair. Yeah, there's another photo for the activity diesel locomotive repair. So we also have a wheel management in-house. So I end my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Question from the audience to Engineer Khalil.
Thank you. I have 2 questions. Number 1, about the re-engineering. How many percent the cost of the re-engineering if we compare with the new one? APSU. Yes.
Okay. For this project, we managed to reduce the cost about 60% for a new one.
60%?
Yeah, 60%.
Okay. And the second, what do you mean about the healthy check?
Healthy checks. Healthy checks means we concentrate for the electronic component. So it means that before this, we not manage the electronic, looks like PVC or the module for the electronic. So what we have, we assign our team, a special team, to do the health check. Means that we just measure, we do the infrareds, and then we do the periodically by our team to manage all the electronic before the failure. So before that, we just ignore all the electronic, and then let him go, and then let it failure in during service. So after that, we have do the analysis, and then we have to change our business maintenance, our business process maintenance. So that's why we introduce the health check status. So means it's more for the electronic component.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, before that, we have to study what's the failure, and of course we need have the preventive maintenance checklist. So from the maintenance checklist, and we assign the team to do the healthy status check.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe there's a lot of question. Maybe 5 maybe. The first, I want to know the MRO structure, organization. Can you show us the structure of MRO?
I don't have any more slide.
Ah, see.
So
okay.
I will discuss with you after this if you want.
There is one body about that the activity for technical or engineering in the body, in the organization, for the analysis or for the re-engineering.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
we cover all the unit to put on the availability and reliability. So include the spare part consultancy.
I see.
Yeah.
It's in overhead.
headquarter or in
the MRO organization itself.
I see.
Yeah.
And then after how old the rolling stock you will do the re-engineering?
It's depend how the operation looks like.
I see.
In my KTMB case, after 15 years, the component is obsolete. So now we start to re-engineering.
You have the policy for the lifetime, technical lifetime for the rolling stock?
Yeah, of course.
How old?
15 and 30 and 35.
Okay.
35. Okay.
Enough.
The last maybe I want to know the application you use for CMMS.
As CMMS.
Yes, you use the special application or you
CMS
build your
means like computer management. What's that?
Management system.
Management system. This one we look on the activity for the maintenance. One, and we look on the failure history.
Yes,
and
you use the application, or you buy application, or you build your yourself.
No, yeah, of course we through the local supplier.
I see.
Local supplier, and we make a discussion and how to tailor-make with our requirements. Otherwise, we have to spend a lot cost if you look on the overall CMMS. But depend also your requirements. You can do phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3. So looks for our case, we look on the phase 1 first. Look on the failure analysis is very important. And second thing, the history of the maintenance.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Thank you for your
okay, sure. 3 minutes.
Okay, based on your experience, how many percentage of the annual budget planning to allocate the maintenance area, for example, rolling stock, truck, or locomotive? Thank you.
How many percent on the on your budget
planning?
How many percent in your planning?
You mean percentage on the budget?
Budget.
On the budget percentage.
You mean the budgets? Oh, budget. How many percent?
On top of what? On top of what?
For planning.
So means that the total amount budget requirement. Roughly. They have a light maintenance and a heavy maintenance. Total is about 76 million. And I mean for the RM, I don't know. Yes.
Malaysian.
Yeah, and it depends how many activities and that's here. Because it's somehow you carry out the last year, so on this year maybe low, and next year is maybe high because it depends on the activities. For example, for this year you don't have the overhaul, so of course the cost is lower because the next this year you just run for the light maintenance.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khalil.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
applause.
Our last presenter for this first session, please welcome Mr. Heru Kuswanto from Indonesia Airport Railways.
This is the last presentation before break. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Before I start my presentation, may I introduce myself. My name is Heru Kuswanto. For the last year, I am in charge for PT Railing, the pioneer of Indonesian Railway Airport in Indonesia. This is about PT Railing. PT Railing is a subsidiary of PT Kereta Api Indonesia, Indonesian Railway, and PT Angkasa Pura II, Indonesian airport company, and we are the first operator of airport railing in Indonesia. Now, current operational in Kuala Namu Airport Railway in Sumatra Utara, North Sumatra. This is my vision, our vision, being the first choice to airport access with the international class standard service that integrate to the other public transport. Nowadays, people in Jakarta and the big city in Indonesia, only one option to airport access based on roadway, by bus, by private car, or by taxi. And now PT Railing try to present the alternative solution by roadway, railway access. We have 5 core value of business creation to reach my vision. The first one is operational safety, and second one, customer satisfaction. The third one, employee welfare, and fourth, more value for the stakeholder and environment and social benefit. There overview about Kuala Namu International Airport Railway Services. Total length 37.9 kilometers. Total transit, 4 transit as product of Wojin, South Korea. And average travel duration 30 until 45 minutes. Maximum running speed 70 kilometers per hour, and headway 30 until 60 minutes. There are 40 trips per day. And there Soekarno-Hatta International Airport still project, total length of track 36.3 kilometers. Total transit 10 transit, product of Sweden, Bombardier Sweden and Inka, PT Inka. Average travel duration 54 minutes, maximum running speed 100 kilometers per hour, and headway every 15 minutes. There are 124 train set per day. The modern international facilities that we are offer to passenger. They are the first railway ticket vending machine, airline ticket counter, commercial area and executive lounge, city check-in counter, business transit hotel, nursery room, ATM, and other facilities. They are my service, our service, online ticket reservation via website, on-time performance about 99.7% on-time performance. High-tech service, on-trend free Wi-Fi, on-trend messaging and service excellent. And in 2016, we got certificate of excellence from TripAdvisor. This is performance fest at Kuala Namu Airport, Kuala Namu Railway, Airport Railway. We have growth increase 2% per year. And there our program to leverage occupancy in September 2016. They are education trip, ticketing promo program, and reward program. They are our partnership. And thank you.
Any question from the audience?
Any questions, sir? Nothing? Okay, thank you, Presenter. And now, break for 10 minutes.